Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to another new and useful episode here at the Fluent English Journey channel. This is the channel that helps you learn English in a simple way and also helps you improve your life step by step. I am very happy to have you here today. Maybe you are walking outside, maybe you are working, maybe you are relaxing at home, or maybe you are studying. Wherever you are, thank you for choosing to spend this time with me. You are doing something very good right now. You are listening to English, and that is one of the best ways to improve. So congratulations, and keep going. In today's lesson, we are going to talk about something very interesting and very important. Our topic is the difference between a rich mindset and a poor mindset. Now, when I say rich and poor, you may think this is only about money. But no. This topic is bigger than money. It is about how we think, how we make choices, and how we look at life. Your mindset can change your future. It can influence your career, your success, and even your happiness. But maybe you're asking, what does mindset mean? Don't worry. I will explain everything slowly, step by step, using simple words so that you can understand easily. This episode is designed especially for English learners like you, especially if you're at the B1 level. I will speak clearly, not too fast, and I will use simple examples. While you listen, you will also learn new English words and phrases. So, what will you learn today? In this episode, you will learn the meaning of the word mindset. You will understand the difference between a rich mindset and a poor mindset. You will hear about two very famous books that talk about this topic. You will learn some practical tips to help you start changing your own mindset so that you can live a better life. The two books that inspired this lesson are Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. In this book, the author shares lessons he learned from two men in his life. His real father, whom he calls the poor dad, and his friend's father, whom he calls the rich dad. These two fathers had very different ideas about money, education, and success. The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. This book teaches us that how we think about money is more important than how much we know about money. It shows us that people's actions and habits with money are often based on emotions, not only on logic. Now, in this episode, I will not give you the full summary of the books. Instead, I will choose the most useful ideas from these books and explain them in a simple and clear way that is easy for you to understand. So, my friends, are you ready to open your mind? Are you ready to learn something that can truly change your life? Let's begin this journey together. What is a mindset? Before we compare rich and poor mindsets, we need to understand this important word, mindset. What does mindset mean? In very simple words, mindset means the way you think. It is your attitude. It is how you look at the world, how you see yourself, and how you understand problems and opportunities. Think of it like this. Your mindset is like a pair of glasses. If your glasses are clean, you can see the world clearly. If your glasses are dirty, everything looks blurry. In the same way, if your mindset is positive and strong, you see the world with hope, courage, and creativity. But if your mindset is negative or limited, you see problems everywhere. Life looks difficult, and it becomes harder to grow and succeed. Let's take an example. Imagine that two people face the same problem. The first person thinks, "This is too hard. I can't do it. I'm not smart enough." The second person thinks, "This is difficult, but I can learn. I can try new ways. I will not give up." The problem is exactly the same, but the way they think is completely different. That difference is mindset. The first person has what we call a fixed mindset. They believe they cannot change or grow. This kind of thinking is called a fixed mindset. A person with a fixed mindset feels stuck. They believe they are always the same, that their abilities cannot improve, and that their situation will not change. But the second person has a very different way of thinking. This person has a growth mindset. A growth mindset means that you believe you can learn, you can improve, and you can become better with time and practice. And guess what? The person with a growth mindset usually succeeds in the end. Why? Because they do not stop. They keep learning, they keep practicing, and they keep trying new ways until they find success. Your mindset is not a small thing. It is something that affects every part of your life. It affects how you study. It affects how you work. It affects how you talk to other people. It even affects how you feel about yourself. But most importantly, your mindset affects the decisions you make every single day. And those small daily decisions are what shape your future. Mindset and money. Now, let's connect mindset with money. Many people believe that money is only about working hard and saving. Of course, working hard and saving money are important. But that is only one part of the story. The truth is, your mindset about money is even more important. Think about this. If you believe that money is bad, if you believe that rich people are greedy, if you believe that you will never be rich because your family is poor, then these thoughts will block your success. You may work very hard, but your mind will stop you from growing. On the other hand, if you believe that money is a tool, if you believe that you can learn about money, and if you believe that being rich can give you freedom and also help you support other people, then you are opening the door to opportunity. This is what we call a rich mindset. A rich mindset is not about how much money you have right now. It is about how you think, how you learn, and how you grow with money. A person with a rich mindset looks for new ways to earn money, save money, and invest money. They don't only work for money. They also learn how to make money work for them. So you see, mindset is not just a small idea. Mindset is everything. The way you think can make you feel stuck, or it can help you move forward. The way you think can keep you poor in your mind, or it can make you rich in your ideas, actions, and results. That is why, before we talk about making more money or becoming more successful, we must first talk about how we think. Because your mind is the real key. Backhand index pointing right, change your mindset, and your life will also start to change. What is a rich mindset? Now that we understand what a mindset is, let's look more closely at the rich mindset. A rich mindset is not just about having a lot of money in the bank. It is more about how you think about money, how you think about learning, and how you think about life. A person with a rich mindset believes in growth, in learning, and in taking control of their own future. They don't just wait for good things to happen. They make good things happen by taking smart actions and by learning from every experience. Belief 1: I can learn and grow. One of the most important beliefs of a rich mindset is the belief that I can learn and I can grow. People with a rich mindset don't believe that they are stuck. They don't believe that they are limited. Instead, they think, if I don't know something, I can learn it. If I fail at something, it is not the end. It is just a lesson. For example, imagine someone who doesn't know how to invest money. A person with a poor mindset might say, it's too hard. I'm not smart enough. I will never understand money. But a person with a rich mindset says, I don't understand it yet, but I can learn step by step. I can read books. I can listen to podcasts. I can ask advice from someone who already knows. This simple belief, I can learn, opens the door to growth and success. Belief 2: I am responsible for my life. The second big belief of a rich mindset is, I am responsible for my life. People with a rich mindset do not waste time blaming others for their problems. They don't say things like, I am poor because my parents were poor. I cannot succeed because the world is unfair. Instead, they say, my past does not control my future. I can change my life by changing my choices. This belief is very powerful. It means that they take control of their time, their learning, and their actions. Even if life is difficult, they believe they have the power to make it better. Another important idea of the rich mindset: make money work for you. Most people spend their whole life working for money. They go to a job, get their salary, and then spend it all on food, clothes, rent, or fun. Then they wait again for the next paycheck. This is the usual cycle. But a person with a rich mindset thinks differently. They ask themselves, backhand index pointing right, how can I use this money to create even more money? This is a powerful question. Instead of just spending, they think about how to invest their money, how to start a small business, how to use their skills and knowledge to earn in smarter ways. For example, instead of spending all of their salary, they might save a small part of it every month. Then, they learn how to invest that money so it can grow. This is like planting a seed. If you plant a seed and take care of it, one day it grows into a tree. And that tree gives you fruit again and again, year after year. Let's make it even simpler with a story. Imagine two friends. Both of them earn the same salary. The first friend spends all of it buying expensive clothes, eating out every day, and enjoying short-term pleasure. The second friend also enjoys life, but they save part of their salary. They use some of their free time to learn about online business. After some time, they start a small part-time shop online. After 1 year, who is in a better position? Backhand index pointing right, of course, the second one. Not because they earned more money at the beginning, but because of their mindset. They decided to learn, to take responsibility, and to use money in a wise way. That is the rich mindset in action. Other qualities of a rich mindset. People with a rich mindset are not afraid to try new things. They understand that risk is part of life. They don't wait for the perfect time because they know the perfect time will never come. They take small steps, they try, they fail, they learn, and they try again. They also keep learning always. They learn from books, from mentors, from experiences, and even from mistakes. They stay curious, open-minded, and ready to grow. And most importantly, they believe in long-term thinking. They don't only think about today or tomorrow. They also think about their future 5, 10, or 20 years from now. They make decisions that help them in the long run, not just in the short run. So remember this. Being rich is not only about having a big house or a fancy car. That is only the outside picture. Being rich begins inside your mind. When you believe in learning, take control of your life, and use your money wisely, then you already have a rich mindset. And with that mindset, success will slowly but surely come to you. What is a poor mindset? Now let's talk about the opposite of a rich mindset, the poor mindset. A poor mindset does not always mean that a person has no money. No, it means that the person thinks in ways that limit their growth, their learning, and their future success. A poor mindset keeps people stuck in the same place, even when they want a better life. It's not about how much money someone has today. It's about the way they think about life and opportunities. Belief one of a poor mindset. Fear and doubt. One of the most common beliefs in a poor mindset is fear. People with a poor mindset are often afraid to try new things. They say things like, "What if I fail? What if people laugh at me? I'm not smart enough." These fears stop them from growing. They stop them from learning new skills, from working hard, or from trying something different. For example, if someone is scared to start a small business or scared to learn a new skill, they may never grow. They choose to stay in their comfort zone, where life feels safe. But in that comfort zone, they miss many good chances that could change their life. Belief 2 of a poor mindset. Blaming others. Another common belief is blaming others. People with a poor mindset often say things like, "It's not my fault. I can't succeed because my parents were poor. The economy is bad, so there's no opportunity for me. Rich people are just lucky." When people think like this, they give away their power. They believe that other people or the world controls their life. And when you believe you have no power, you stop trying. But people with a rich mindset think differently. They say, backhand index pointing right, yes, life is hard, but I will try. I will do my best. I will find a way. That thinking brings back power and hope. Belief 3 of a poor mindset: work only for money. The next belief of a poor mindset is work only for money. People with this mindset believe the only way to survive is to work harder and harder just to get a paycheck. They never learn how to make money grow. They don't think about saving, investing, or building new skills. Instead, they just wait for their salary and then spend it all. For example, someone may work 10 hours every day, but they never stop to ask themselves, backhand index pointing right, is there a smarter way? A poor mindset in action. A poor mindset does not look for growth. Let's look at a very simple example. Two people work at the same job and earn the same salary. The first person uses their free time only to watch TV, play games, and relax. The second person also enjoys life, but they decide to use some of their free time to learn new things. Maybe they take a free online course. Maybe they read a book about business. Maybe they start a small project, like selling something online or learning a new skill. After 1 year, what happens? The first person is still in exactly the same place. The second person now has new skills, maybe a side income, and more knowledge. The difference between them is not luck. The difference is mindset. Poor mindset and short-term thinking. Another problem with a poor mindset is that it focuses too much on the short term. People with this mindset want quick results. They want success without learning or trying. So what happens? If something takes time, they give up quickly. They say things like, "It's too hard. I'll never be rich." But the truth is, success always takes time, patience, and many small steps. People with a poor mindset often lose before they even begin, not because the challenge was impossible, but because they gave up too early. Poor mindset and beliefs about money. Many people with a poor mindset also believe that money is bad or that rich people are greedy. This belief is very dangerous because it makes them feel guilty about wanting more money. But here's the truth. Backhand index pointing right, money is not good or bad. Money is just a tool. It's like a knife. A knife can be used to cook food and feed your family, or it can be used to hurt someone. The knife itself is not good or bad. The way you use it decides. Money is the same. If you have a good heart, more money can help you help others. You can support your family, give to charity, create jobs, or make life better for people around you. But a poor mindset does not see money this way. It sees money as something bad or dangerous. So instead of learning how to use money wisely, they run away from it. Summary of the poor mindset. So, a poor mindset is full of fear, of failure, of what others think. Blame, always blaming others for their problems. Doubt, not believing they can succeed. Small thinking, only focusing on today, not the future. This mindset tells people to stay in the same place. It tells them not to take risks. It stops them from learning and growing. But here is the good news. Backhand index pointing item mindset is not fixed. You can change it. It takes time, but step by step, you can move from poor thinking to rich thinking. And that change is where real success begins. Lessons from the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. Now, let's talk about one of the most famous books about money and mindset, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. This book has changed the way millions of people think about money. It is not just about how to get rich. It is about how to think differently. The main message is clear. Backhand index pointing right mindset is more important than money itself. The story of two dads. Robert, the author, shares a story from his childhood. He had two father figures in his life. His real father, he calls him Poor Dad. His best friend's father, he calls him Rich Dad. His real dad, the Poor Dad, was very educated. He had a good job and he worked hard. He believed in the traditional path. Go to school. Get good grades. Find a safe job. But even with education and a job, he still struggled with money. He paid his bills, but he never had enough left over. He often said things like, "We can't afford that. Go to school and get a good job." On the other hand, the rich dad was very different. He didn't have a high level of education, but he was very smart with money. He owned businesses. He invested in real estate. He taught Robert how money works. He believed in learning about money and making money work for you. He would say things like, "How can we afford it?" instead of, "We can't afford it." Learn how to make money work for you, not work for money all your life. Two different paths. These two dads had very different ideas about money and life. One dad followed the traditional path: study hard, get a job, save money. The other dad believed in financial education: learn how to earn, how to invest, and how to grow money. That is the biggest message of the book. Backhand index pointing at success is not only about money. It is about the mindset you have about money. Mindset shapes your future. Mindset is everything. It shapes your future. The poor dad had a poor mindset. He believed in safety and job security. He was afraid of taking risks. He thought rich people were greedy. He believed money was hard to get. Because of these beliefs, he stayed in the same place financially his whole life, even though he worked very hard. The rich dad had a rich mindset. He believed in taking smart risks. He believed in learning by doing. He knew the importance of using time and money wisely. He taught Robert something powerful. Backhand index pointing right, it's not about how much money you make. It's about how much money you keep, protect, and grow. Assets versus liabilities. One of the rich dad's most important lessons is about assets. Assets are things that bring you money, like businesses, rental properties, or investments. Liabilities are things that take money away from you, like loans, credit card debt, or expensive things you buy but don't need. The rich dad said, backhand index pointing at the poor and middle class work for money. Backhand index pointing at the rich make money work for them. What does this mean? Most people go to work, get paid, and then spend that money. After that, they must go back to work again. It's a cycle. But rich people create systems where money continues to flow in even when they are not working. This is called passive income. Examples of passive income include rental income from real estate, profits from a business, dividends from stocks or investments. A rich mindset is always looking for these opportunities. The problem with schools. Another big lesson from the book is that schools don't teach us about money. In school, we learn math, science, language, history. But most schools do not teach us how to manage money, save money, invest money, grow money. That's why financial education is so important. Rich Dad taught Robert that we must learn about money ourselves by reading books, asking questions, and trying new things. Backhand index pointing right, learning about money never stops. Fear and taking action. Many people are afraid of money. They're afraid of losing money or of failing. Because of this fear, they never try anything new. But Rich Dad believed mistakes are part of the learning process. He said, don't be afraid of losing. Be afraid of never learning. If you never try, you will never grow. Failure is not the end. It's a step toward success. The most powerful idea. The most powerful idea from Rich Dad Poor Dad is this. Backhand index pointing right, your thoughts and beliefs create your financial future. If you believe you can learn, grow, and take control of your money, you are already on the path to success. But if you believe that money is only for lucky people or for the rich, then it becomes much harder to reach your goals. That's why the first step to financial success is changing your mindset. So, Rich Dad Poor Dad is not just a story. It's a lesson in how the way we think can change our lives. The rich dad didn't just have more money. He had a different way of thinking. He believed in growth. He believed in learning. He believed in action. And that's what helped him succeed. You don't need to already be rich to begin. You just need to start thinking like a rich person. Be curious. Learn new things. Take small steps. Don't be afraid to fail. That is the power of a rich mindset. Lessons from the psychology of money. Now let's move to another very powerful book. Backhand Index Pointing Out the Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. This book is not about get-rich-quick tricks. It's not about complicated investments or secret business strategies. Instead, it focuses on something more important. Backhand Index Pointing Out how people think and feel about money. The main idea of the book is this. Success with money is not only about how smart you are. It is more about your behavior, how you act, what choices you make, and how you handle money over time. Morgan Housel explains that people often make money decisions with emotions, not logic. For example, some people feel afraid, so they never invest. Some people feel pressure to spend money to impress others. Some people save money every month. Others spend everything quickly. This shows that money is not just about numbers. It's also about feelings, habits, and psychology. The difference is not just knowledge. The difference between people who succeed with money and those who don't is not just knowledge. It's also about mindset, habits, and feelings. One of the most important lessons from the psychology of money is this. Backhand Index Pointing Right, you don't need to be a genius to do well with money. You don't need to be perfect at math. You don't need a super high-paying job. What you really need is patience, discipline, and good behavior. It's about making smart choices again and again over time. For example, a person who saves a little money every month for many years may end up wealthier than someone who earns much more but spends it all. That's the power of behavior over income. Everyone has a money story. Another big idea from the book is that everyone has their own story about money. Some people grow up in rich families. Some grow up in poor families. Some experience financial crises. Some never do. Because of these experiences, people feel differently about money. So, two people can look at the same situation but make very different choices. One says, investing in stocks is safe. Another says, investing in stocks is too risky. Neither is completely wrong. They are just shaped by their life experiences. Wealth comes from small good decisions. Many people believe wealth comes from one big move, like a huge investment, a lucky business idea, or taking a big risk. But the truth is, Backhand Index Pointing Out wealth usually comes from many small, smart decisions over a long time. Saving little by little. Spending less than you earn. Letting money grow patiently. It's not about being lucky once, it's about being consistent. Behavior matters more than knowledge. Morgan Housel explains something powerful. Backhand Index Pointing Right behavior is more important than knowledge. You could read 100 finance books, but if you spend too much, never save, always panic when markets go down, your knowledge doesn't help. On the other hand, someone with only simple knowledge but good habits can succeed. Example. Person A knows everything about investing but is emotional. They buy when prices are high and sell when prices drop. Person B knows only a little but invests calmly every month and never panics. After many years, Person B often has better results. Why? Because of behavior and discipline. Humility, patience, and long-term thinking. The book teaches that humility is more important than showing off. Patience is more powerful than quick wins. Staying calm for many years beats trying to beat the market. Backhand Index Pointing Out small, steady steps are safer and more successful than big risky moves. Luck and risk. Another key lesson is about luck and risk. Some people are rich because of luck. Some people are poor because of bad luck. That doesn't always mean they are smarter or dumber with money. So instead of judging others, focus on your own journey and show kindness to others. The real reason to save. One of the most powerful lessons is this. Backhand index pointing right: save money not just for things, but for freedom. Money is not only about buying a car, a house, or clothes. The real power of money is that it gives you choices. You don't have to stay in a job you hate. You can take a break when needed. You can spend more time with family. You can help others. In simple words, saving money is like buying time, peace, and freedom. The final message. So, what does the psychology of money teach us? Being good with money is more about mindset and habits than about being smart or lucky. Success comes from being patient, consistent, and disciplined. Don't compare yourself with others. Everyone has their own money story. Focus on long-term goals and use money to create freedom in your life. That is the true psychology of money. Rich mindset versus poor mindset. The book The Psychology of Money reminds us of something very important. Backhand index pointing right: money is not just numbers. It is emotional, personal, and human. You don't always need more money to feel rich. What you need is better thinking. When you learn to control your money behavior, you feel more confident, more free, and more in control of your life. And that brings us to a very big topic. The difference between a rich mindset and a poor mindset. Mindset is not about money in your pocket. A rich mindset is not the same as having lots of money. A poor mindset is not the same as having no money. Backhand index pointing right: a rich person can have a poor mindset. Backhand index pointing right: a poor person can have a rich mindset. It's not about how much cash you have. It's about the thoughts in your head. The way you think every day shapes your future. That's why learning the difference between the two mindsets is so powerful. Because no matter where you come from, you can start building a rich mindset today. Rich mindset versus poor mindset. Beliefs. Rich mindset believes in growth, learning, and responsibility. They say, I can learn anything if I try. I can change my life with smart choices. I am responsible for my future. Poor mindset believes in limits and excuses. They say, this is just who I am. Life is unfair. I can't change. The difference is huge. How they face problems. Let's imagine a situation. Two people lose their jobs. The poor mindset person says, this is a disaster. I'm so unlucky. Life is against me. They stay stuck in fear and blame. The rich mindset person says, this is hard, but what can I learn? Maybe this is a chance to grow, find a better job, or even start something new. They use the problem as a chance to move forward. Backhand index pointing right: same problem. Different mindset. Different results. How they see money and time. Rich mindset thinks long-term. They save, invest, and wait patiently. They believe small actions every day lead to big results later. Poor mindset thinks short-term. They want quick results and instant rewards. They spend today and worry tomorrow. Example. A rich mindset says, if I save and invest $100 every month, it can grow into thousands over time. A poor mindset says, it's just $100. Let me spend it now. Backhand index pointing right: one is building the future. The other is spending the future. How they see education and learning. Rich mindset never stops learning. Even after school, they read, listen to podcasts, ask questions, and grow. They know that knowledge is power. Poor mindset stops learning. They say, school is over. I already know enough. But in truth, learning is like food. You need it every day. Rich-minded people learn from mistakes. Poor-minded people fear mistakes and stop trying. How they see failure. Failure is a big difference. Rich mindset doesn't enjoy failing, but accepts it as part of life. They say, I failed. But now I understand more. Next time I'll do better. They keep moving forward. Poor mindset takes failure personally. They say, I failed, which means I'm not good enough. They give up too soon. Backhand index pointing right, failure is not the end. For a rich mindset, it is a lesson. How they see work and success. Rich mindset sees hard work as the path to success. They believe, if I work hard today, my life will be better tomorrow. They connect effort with reward. Poor mindset often wants easy success. They hope for quick wins without effort. They want the prize without running the race. But true success always requires effort, patience, and persistence. White heavy checkmark. So, the real difference between rich and poor is not money. It is mindset. And the good news? You can choose your mindset. How to develop a rich mindset, step by step. 1. Learn something every day. A rich mindset starts with continuous learning. You don't need to attend university or spend money on expensive courses. Learning can be as simple as reading 10 pages of a book, listening to a podcast, or asking questions from people who know more than you. Over time, small lessons add up to big knowledge. Curiosity is key. Rich-minded people see every situation as a chance to grow. 2. Save and invest wisely. People with a rich mindset treat money like a tool, not just something to spend. Instead of using all their income today, they save and invest part of it for the future. Even small savings add up. For example, putting aside just a little every month can grow into something big with time and consistency. 3. Build good habits. Mindset is shaped by daily actions. Waking up early, planning your day, exercising, reading, and tracking your money are simple but powerful habits. Over time, these habits create stability, confidence, and growth. 4. Take responsibility. A rich mindset means taking control of your life. Instead of blaming others, ask, what can I do differently? This gives you power to change. When you take responsibility, you stop being a victim and start being the creator of your future. 5. Think long-term. Rich-minded people focus on the future, not just today. They understand that small sacrifices now, like saving, learning, or working hard, can create a better tomorrow. They are patient and willing to wait for results. 6. Learn from failure. Failure is not the end, it's feedback. A rich mindset sees mistakes as lessons. Every time you fail, you grow stronger and smarter. Instead of saying, I can't do this, say, what can I learn from this? 7. Surround yourself with growth-minded people. The people around you shape your mindset. Rich-minded people choose friends, mentors, and communities that encourage growth, positivity, and responsibility. Negative, blaming, or lazy people only pull you backward. 8. Celebrate others' success. Instead of feeling jealous, our rich mindset learns from successful people. When someone else wins, take it as proof that success is possible for you too. Admiration inspires growth, while jealousy blocks it. 9. Value time over money. Money lost can be earned again, but time never comes back. A rich mindset uses time wisely, avoiding endless scrolling, procrastination, or toxic habits. Every day becomes an investment in the future. 10. Focus on freedom, not just things. The real goal of money isn't to buy more stuff, it's to buy freedom. Saving and investing give you choices, the freedom to leave a job you hate, spend time with family, or pursue your passion. A poor mindset spends to impress others. A rich mindset builds freedom. Backhand index pointing. In short, a rich mindset is built step by step, not overnight. Start small, read a little, save a little, take responsibility for your actions, and think long-term. Over time, these small steps create massive changes in your life. A short story for a rich mindset lesson. There was once a young man named Arif. He worked at a small shop and didn't earn much money. Every day after work, he saw his friends spending their money on snacks, new clothes, or fun. Arif wanted to join them, but instead, he decided to save just a little, only $1 a day. At first, it felt useless. What can $1 do? But he kept going. After a year, Arif had saved enough to buy some books and learn new skills. Later, he invested in a small side business selling phone accessories. It didn't make him rich overnight, but slowly it grew. While his friends kept saying, "Life is unfair, money is hard," Arif kept learning, saving, and improving. 10 years later, Arif owned a successful shop of his own. His friends were surprised. They asked, "How did you do it? You never had more money than us." Arif smiled and said, "I didn't need more money. I needed a better mindset. I saved, I learned, I took small risks, and I kept going." The lesson? Light bulb. Wealth is not built in a single day. It's built by discipline, patience, and a mindset of growth. Daniel's story, how a mindset changed his life. There was once a young man named Daniel. He lived in a small town where life was slow and there were not many opportunities. Daniel worked in a local grocery store. His job was simple but tiring. He carried boxes, arranged shelves, and cleaned the floors every day. Every day felt the same. Daniel woke up early, went to work, returned home tired, and spent the evening watching TV. But in his heart, he had dreams. He wanted to do something bigger with his life. He wanted to start a business, help people, or maybe travel the world. But every time he thought about his dreams, a voice inside him said, "You are not smart enough. You are not lucky. People like you never succeed." Because of that voice, Daniel stayed in his comfort zone. He thought he couldn't change. He believed life was about luck, and he didn't have any. One evening, after a long day at work, Daniel was scrolling through his phone. He saw a short video about a man who had once been poor, just like him. But this man had changed his life by changing his mindset. The man said something that stayed in Daniel's mind. "You don't need money to start. You need a new mindset." Daniel paused the video. He had never thought about it this way. He always believed that money or luck decided success. Now he wondered, what if my thinking is the real problem? From that day, Daniel decided to try something new. Step 1. Small changes every day. Daniel started by waking up 30 minutes earlier each morning to read a book. He didn't have many books, so he borrowed one from a friend. It was a simple book about personal growth. He read one chapter every day. At first, it was hard. But slowly, he began to believe in himself. The more he read, the more confident he felt. Step 2. Paying attention and learning. At work, Daniel didn't just do his tasks. He started observing how the store worked. He noticed what customers liked, how products were arranged, and how the manager made decisions. He also asked questions. What skills do I have? How can I do something better today? Soon, he even shared ideas with the manager about improving sales. At first, the manager was surprised. But he appreciated Daniel's energy and ideas. Step 3. Taking small steps toward goals. 1 year later, Daniel took another small step. With the help of a loan from a local program for young entrepreneurs, he opened a small food stand. It wasn't a big business, but it was his. He used everything he had learned at the store to run the stand well. He treated customers with care and offered fresh food at fair prices. Slowly, the stand became popular in the town. People started to respect him. Friends and neighbors came to him for advice. Daniel was no longer just the boy who cleaned floors. He had become a young businessman with hope and plans for the future. The power of a mindset. Daniel's life didn't change because of luck or money. It changed because he changed the way he thought. He stopped saying, "I can't." Instead, he said, "Let me try." He didn't become rich overnight, but he became stronger, smarter, and more confident. His new mindset gave him the power to create a new life. And it all started with one small thought, maybe I can. Final thoughts and motivation. As we finish this story, remember, Your mindset is the way you think, believe, and see the world. A rich mindset focuses on learning, growing, and taking action. Small steps every day, like reading, saving, learning, and trying new things, can lead to big changes. You don't need money, luck, or special skills to start. You just need the belief that you can grow. Start today with one small thought, one small action, and one new habit. Over time, your mindset will become your greatest strength and your life will start to change. Final thoughts on mindset. Your mindset is very important. It shapes your choices, actions, and future. We talked about two types of mindsets, the rich mindset and the poor mindset. A rich mindset believes in growth, learning, and taking responsibility. It looks for solutions, not problems. It takes action and learns from mistakes. A poor mindset is full of fear, doubt, and blame. It waits for luck, avoids risks, and thinks life cannot change. The biggest difference between them is not money. It is belief, how people choose to think. You don't need to be born rich, go to a top school, or have special talents to build a rich mindset. You just need to start small. Here are some simple ways to start. Ask yourself new questions. Think about what you can do differently today. Read something useful, books, articles, or short videos that teach you new skills. Save a little money. Don't spend everything. Even a small amount matters. Talk to people who think big. Avoid those who always complain. Learn from problems. When something goes wrong, ask, "What can I learn from this?" instead of saying, "Why me?" These small choices every day help you build a strong mindset. Over time, your mindset opens new doors in life. Remember, money comes and goes. Jobs change. Life surprises us. But your mindset stays with you. If you have a rich mindset, you can start again anytime, anywhere. Turn small ideas into businesses. Learn new skills and improve your future. Face problems with strength and confidence. That is why your mindset is more powerful than money. Money can help for a short time, but a strong mindset helps you for life. Motivation for you. Believe in yourself. Even if you failed before, you can rise again. Even if your life is hard now, your story is not finished. You have the power to choose a new path, and it starts with your thoughts. Every big change begins with a small decision. Choose to think differently. Choose to believe you are capable. Choose to take control of your future. Your dreams are possible if your mindset is ready. The richest people in the world are not only the ones with money, they are the ones with belief, discipline, and courage. They think big, act small, and grow every day. You can be one of them. Your past does not define you. Your mindset does. Keep growing. Keep believing. Never forget, your mindset creates your future. Take action now. Listening is important, but action is how you grow. Let's do a small exercise together. Repeat after me out loud. I can change my life. My mindset is powerful. I learn and grow every day. I believe in myself. I take small steps toward my big goals. I am not afraid of mistakes. I create my future with my thoughts. Good job! By saying these words out loud, you took a small but powerful step. These phrases are called affirmations. You can say them every day in the morning or before bed. They train your mind to think positively and strongly. Even if you feel weak or unsure, saying these words can change how you feel and act. Another simple activity. After this lesson, take a notebook or your phone and write down what you learned today. Don't worry about perfect English. Just write what you understood. Doing this helps your mind remember and apply what you learned. Small steps like this build a rich mindset over time. Practice and take action. A rich mindset is simple to understand. It means learning and growing every day. It also means knowing, I can choose how I think. One way to remember what you learn is to write it down. Writing helps your brain understand and remember better. If you don't like writing, that's okay. You can speak out loud. Talk to yourself about what you learned today. Say what you liked, what you want to change, or what you want to try. Yes, it's perfectly fine to talk to yourself. It helps you practice your English and also think clearly. Another very helpful step is to listen to this episode again. Listening more than once is one of the best ways to improve your English. The second time, you will understand more. Maybe you missed some words the first time, that's okay. Listen again and try to repeat some sentences out loud. Here's a small trick. Pause the podcast. Repeat the words out loud. Press play again and continue. Doing this will help you improve your listening, speaking, and confidence. Remember, you are part of a growing community here at Fluent English Journey. We are here to help you learn English, think better, and grow as a person. Every episode is made with care to help you speak better, think better, and live better. So, don't just listen, take action. Share this episode with a friend. Talk about what you learned with someone. Come back again for more stories, lessons, and growth. Thank you for being here today. You are doing amazing work. Keep practicing. Keep thinking big. Keep building your rich mindset. See you in the next episode.